Well, welcome everybody back to the Flying Doghouse. It's a fly day. Any day that ends in Y is a fly day. So I wanted to take a minute to thank all of our subscribers and to celebrate our first birthday here at the Flying Doghouse. So we started the channel last year, and we published our first attempt at a video in the Cessna 170B. So we're gonna do a revisit of that here in a few minutes. But I did want to thank our 300 plus subscribers. And if you're watching the content on the channel, we would greatly appreciate it if you would hit that like button and subscribe and help support us in that way. We would greatly appreciate it. But thank you for being a part of the journey. To say that we have learned stuff about the sim and other things in the last year is an understatement. And I've had a lot of people support me personally along the way, so they know who they are. So here's your shout out, friends. I appreciate you. All right, so I'm gonna switch gears here in a sec. We're gonna have a fly out of Concorde in the Cessna 170B. So again, balancing our content between general aviation and historics and warbirds and such, with the occasional helicopter and other flying entities thrown in along the way. Easy for me to say. At any rate, we're gonna hit the runway here over at Concorde and have a fly here in the good old Cessna 170B from Caranado. You don't have this one in your hangar. It's definitely a lot of fun. It's not the fastest plane on the spectrum here, but it is a lot of fun, and it does have some unique handling characteristics on takeoff and landing. But I think you'll find it a challenge. We'll do our best to give it a fly here. So with that in mind, we'll jump over to the jump into the cockpit. Okay, here we are at the end of the runway here in Concorde. See the Hendrick Motorsports hangar in the background. Now let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit. Get going. All right. Good old Cessna 170B. She's quite charming. And Caranado has done a great job of the texturing here. I just love this old throwback look. I have a thing, I guess, for old hardware in airplanes. Alright, we'll put the map on here. And we did do a video of this aircraft in Flightsim 2020. And we have revisited it. We did a cold and dark start, so if you're interested in that, check out our early video production. Anyway, thought it would be fun to catch up with this old bird in 24 and see how differently she flies. Okay, so enough yakking. Interesting weather day here in the Carolinas. We've had showers and thunderstorms for a minute or three. So that has presented its own set of challenges. But we're just going to have a fly here in the vicinity and have some fun. Go check the weather. Currently calm here in the Carolinas. If you haven't used the EFB, it's very, very good. All right, press tab and get that off the screen. Okay, let's have a fly. Parking brake is off. Tail should come up off the ground at about 40. A little earlier. We're good now. And we'll maintain runway heading here for a minute or three. And we'll make our way over to Concord Mills Mall. Go hang out at Bass Pro Shop or something. This is one of the largest tourist attractions in North Carolina. Living here in the area is a bit of a head scratcher, but okay. We'd love to have you. Come say hi. Lots of good food and some interesting stores and things to see and explore. Alright, so we are just going to climb out here to about 1,700 feet. Give ourselves a reasonable rate of climb. Yeah, that's good. Just gotta settle out here. Lots of rock quarries located here in the Carolinas. Quite a few in the Concord area. And as you would expect, if you do have quarrying going on, you're generally clustered in a concentrated geographic area here. So there's Charlotte Motor Speedway off our nose with the dragway coming into view. And we'll roll out here. Put ourselves on a downwind. So I'd be really curious in the comments below how many of you have the Cessna 170B. This is payware. And again, we do mix in payware and freeware offerings on the channel. And there's quite a few things out on Flightsim.to that are just a core part of, for me anyway, operating the sim. If you haven't used Flightsim.to, go check it out. Most of the add-ons are really, really easy to add into your experience. Bulk of them are freeware, Some of them are donationware, and donations are always appreciated by those devs. So if you're using something that brings you joy, give a little bit back to your dev who's giving back to the community. All right, so we are cruising along here. We can jump outside. And we'll take a look at the classic lines on this aircraft. It's gorgeous. There's the Martin Marietta Quarry, one of our landmarks. It's right here near the end of the runway at Concord. And this is the Cottle Creek Reservoir. Alright, we're at about 2,500 feet. We are drop some altitude at a reasonable rate here. Alright, so what can you expect in the next bit on the channel? So one of the things I am going to be working on is the instrument series that we talked about when we did our using VOR basics. So we can use Concord as a place to do an ILS approach. And we can also do a cross-country flight here, and we can incorporate some navigational aids too, and fly from Concord up to KJSO. And we'll mix in a variety of aircraft as we endeavor to work on that particular series. So we'll start with the very basic. So if you're a beginner and you haven't tried an ILS approach, I can help you along the way with that. Talk about some core things to know. So since I do talk about 2024 and challenges and problems and things, just an observation, I think one of the things I think that has helped me out more than anything else is I did go back in and delete my cache and re-add. That seems to have made a difference. And the other thing, quite frankly, that has made a difference, I think, is paying attention to the NVIDIA app. And drivers, I know that there are some folks who have had quite a few issues and problems related to that. In addition to some of the other challenges that we've had with the sim itself. But anyway, there's always, seems like there's always something to troubleshoot. Every day is a learning day. Alright, so airspeed is reasonable. I don't like my approach picture here very much. Keep our airspeed. We're in the upper 40s miles an hour range here. A little slow. We're just going to very gently work our way down to the runway. And as I mentioned early on in the other videos, this airplane does not like to be planted on the runway. It will bounce. It's going to bounce a little bit anyway because of the flexibility that's built into the undercarriage. So I would expect to see some bouncing going on here. We'll try to minimize those and we'll basically just fly right just above the runway, and then the stall warning will pop on. And we will take that. As bouncy goes, that's relatively not very bouncy. Alright, back in good old Concorde. It's just a gorgeous old airplane. Look at those barn door flaps. All right, just a quick fly here in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 in the Cessna 170B from Caranado. Sim-worthy, absolutely. Is it sim-worthy in 24? Absolutely. It looks good, it flies good. Gives you some stuff to practice. She can ground loop on you and can also be a bouncing Betty. There you go. We're gonna leave it here. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Again, folks, thank you very much for supporting the channel and watching the content and contributing to the discussion. Just as important to the channel as being a subscriber is interacting with the content by hitting like and then making some comments in the videos too. Love to hear what you folks have to say. All right, we're making our way over here to the taxiway. I'm going to leave it here. I do hope that everybody is keeping well. Be kind to each other. And as always, until next time, cheers, y'all.